All right, folks, we're here. Just like all systems to go. Like I say every week, y'all, this is how it's done. From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, you are live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. From Eve after dark to concerts in the park. This is how we do it. This is how it's done. Every time you do it with me, it's going to be fun, folks. My man Dusty Vision is in the dugout. Here you go, Doc.
Oh, yeah. Happy Tuesday, my man. Happy Tuesday. How you feeling today?
I'm tired of the month, man.
Bro, I feel you, man. And you've been going nonstop, huh?
Man, I've been going nonstop for about 6 days. Actually, I get half a day off tomorrow. I'm back on the grind again Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Man,
they got
keep
me
it going.
Camel. But I love it though, dude. I wouldn't. You know what? Here's the crazy part about me. Okay, I'm supposed to be retired, semi-retired, whatever. But I'm doing more now. I'm having more fun doing what I'm doing than I ever have before. You know, I'm doing stuff now because I want to, not because I have to. Make a big difference.
I love that. Man. Keep it coming. Dude, there's so much stuff to talk about tonight.
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's jump right into it. You know, it was Father's Day weekend, JUNETEENTH weekend. You would think that the knuckleheads would maybe take the weekend off, maybe not do a little shooting out there, but nah, total opposite. We had a couple of situations, Lonzo. There was a situation in Washington, D.C. at a JUNETEENTH festival, 1 killed, 3 wounded. And we got to go to Chicago, 61 shot, 10 killed over the Father's Day JUNETEENTH weekend. You grew up in the 80s, you were around in the 80s and 90s where it was real crazy. Where do you see this going?
You know what, dude? Oh, man. That Chicago shit, you know, that Chicago situation really bugs me a lot. You know, I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but when you're that close to Indiana and other states like that have a whole lot of folks that don't like a whole lot of folks, it makes it hard to believe that 61 black people got shot by somebody that was black. I don't know. It's just something that bugs me about that. That's a lot of hatred, man. That's a lot of hatred, Doc. That's a lot of self-hate. And, it's just something about that just don't sit well with me. I'm not making no accusations. It just makes me think a little bit on the left side. Is all that us doing that to us? I got to say that. But on the other tip, man, I would hope that that we would get some relief from the stupidity. I just wrapped up another podcast for Grandmaster Cass a few minutes ago, and they asked me a question at the end of the show about, do I see any difference? And here in LA, I'm starting to see some bubbling under mindset change from youngsters. They tired of dying just as tired of people tired of getting shot. Okay, I see it. I see another generation that is bubbling under, a lot more creative, a lot more understanding, a lot more loving. Now, how long before that situation becomes part of the mainstream? I don't know. It may never become a part of the mainstream because it ain't worthy of going viral. I don't think. Hopefully, it should be, but based on our current standards of the internet, that good happiness, being cool, does not take you viral, as you can tell by the popularity of this show. You know, trying to learn something positive is like, oh, nah, nigga, we're gonna turn up and act a fool. Anyway, I see and hear some movements that give me hope, but hope as it stands right now look like it's on life support, because the only thing that's being focused on is the ignorance. Ignorance gets much more attention than positivity ever will. And that's just how this game goes, media game goes. As long as people on various channels talking hatred and shit like that, they're gonna make a lot of money. Anybody talking like they got some sense, man, everybody fucking with them.
Yeah, it's facts, man. 971 shootings in the first 5 months of the year in Chicago. That is unheard of. That's crazy.
You that's a lot, dude. I did a podcast a couple of days ago with a guy from Chicago, and it's like he said something to me that I had to check him. I'm like, dude, yeah, man. The trend is if you're a vice lord and you make music the vice lords like, you got 100,000 fan base, you got 100,000 per person fan base automatically. Yeah, nigga, but you got another 100,000 motherfuckers looking to kill your ass too.
Exactly. Hello.
What part of this is winning? What fucking part of this is winning? Okay, if you a GD and you make some shit that's pumping up GDs, you got 100,000 vice lords looking to kill your ass, and you wonder why shit was so crazy. And this is the part that people, and to him it makes sense. It makes sense. The numbers make sense, but the reality of those numbers don't make sense to anybody that's really looking at the long-term effect of what you're doing. And this dude as old as I am. We had not a heated argument, but we had a pretty vivid argument. Like, dude, this is the problem. You got so many grown ass people that know better. You're just trying to fit into a culture that you don't belong into. No way. You're trying to fit into something. You're trying to support something that you think you understand because you know the lingo and some of the conversation. But bottom line is, you're supposed to be trying to lead folks away from that, man. But you'd rather support that, and so you can be next to the people that's possibly doing something and get the backstage passes and have the access and seem like you cool. And bottom line is, it's only a matter of time for that whole situation goes on the wayside. Catch a case or catch a bullet. 1 to 2.
Yep. Man, it's gonna be a great show tonight. I could already tell. Let's move on because there's so much stuff. King Dave, I'm gonna get to your questions. You have some really good questions. You know that the Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder, Shitty Cuz trial is going on right now. I think they're in their 4th day. What do you foresee about the outcome of this?
Man, I think he's trying to get. He's been playing for a mental issue from day one. In fact, he turned himself in at the
Bellflower,
institution.
Right? Yeah, or
They came to get him from the Bellflower. Hey, I need to be here. Don't put me in jail. And they said rumor has he catching hell in jail. So he go to prison. He might not make it out. Might not make it out the bus good. But I just feel at some point in time they're gonna give him something that we know he's guilty. It's just whether he going to the prison or he going to a mental institution.
Whenever someone great dies in our community, we're quick to point to the conspiracy theories. Same with Nipsey Hussle. Why do you think that is? Tupac's still alive in Cuba. Biggie was shot by some dude. Like it's by Puffy. Things like that.
There's never, but most of the time when somebody big like that dies, it's always shrouded in confusion. From the time Kennedy died, man. You got this magic bullet that's busting the left in the middle of the man's mid-air. It goes the one bullet go here and bust the left. Then the same bullet that went through all these asses is found in the bottom on the gurney next to the man. Come on, dude. You can't do that. You got a bullet this is the Kennedy case, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I was born when I was around when Kennedy got shot. I was a kid, but I remember Kennedy went through the driver, went through this person, made a left, went through this guy. And then the same bullet was found intact on the gurney next to Kennedy's body. Come on, man. That's like doing 911. They found of all the rubble and all the shit that burnt up, they found one driver's license from one of the guys supposed to be on the plane. Get the hell out of here. This be that bullshit, okay? It's just some shit I can't. Man, don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining. Nigga, that ain't rain, nigga. That's piss, okay? That's not rain, okay? I'm just one of them dudes, man. Same thing with the guy that got shot in Buffalo. Ex-cop turned security guard. Allegedly, he had a car that ran on water. You hear about that?
Nah.
One of the guys in the chat room knows the story because they brought it to my attention. I went back and looked at it. Sure enough, one of the cops, it was a security guard at that grocery store. One of the people that got killed in Buffalo had a car that ran off of water, made the car run off of water. Nigga, look it up. I forgot who.
I'm looking it up right now, and it popped up. It popped up right away. Run on water.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you killed 9 people, and one person just happened to be had the magic car that's gonna make this $6 gallon gas obsolete. We can't just kill him. We got to take the old ladies out too. Collateral damage. Am I right?
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I don't see it from any credible sources, but we could look more into that. But there are, it's definitely a story out there.
Okay, so I mean, this is kind of stuff that you hear and that you see, and now sometimes, after watching certain newscasts, certain things get sequestered, certain things get squashed because that's not the focus. Like I had a conversation with somebody of mine, grown men, who just as old as I am. We were talking about 911. And I asked them, what you know about Building 7? They said, what you talking about? Said, you didn't hear about the 3rd building that fell down? No. And it was 3 buildings fell down that day. Okay.
Exactly.
Building 7 fell down about 5 o'clock, middle of the day. No plane hit it. It just fell down. And they don't talk about it. They try to, but just look on YouTube. You'll see that when it fell. I watched it when it fell down the first time. I'm like, what happened? And that is how conspiracies take root. And like, dude, wait a minute, because me and Unknown had this. He was talking about the oil, about the fuel, and this. Okay, man, okay, fine, but what happened to Building 7? Did shit hit it? Oh man, the heat. No. We're not doing heat. The heat from the plane. No. This motherfucker ain't nothing got hit. But what you won't say is maybe that plane that ended up in Pennsylvania was supposed to be in that one too. But we ain't gonna get in that on YouTube because I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the stuff that gets us a strike. So let's keep on keeping on, man. Let's keep on. They don't want the truth out there. You're exactly right. Suppress it.
I just made it. It's a possibility. Maybe
possibility. Right. Exactly. Well, let's. I got some Young Thug news update that I want to run by you, and I would love your opinion on this. So the jail that Young Thug and YSL are housed in right now, they've seen an influx of cell phones being smuggled in to the jail. Huge influx, apparently. Mm-hmm. That being said, instead of confiscating them like they normally would, they just let them go through, let the cell phones enter the jail, and just like typical niggas, they've started talking over the phone to people outside of jail, and they're just building up more information to keep their asses locked up for a very long time. Talk to me.
Look, man, you cannot fix stupid. You can buy makeup for ugly. You can buy a wig for a bald head, but you can't fix stupid. Ain't nothing in the drugstore you can take to fix stupid. Drugs, makeup, hair, whatever. You can't fix stupid. Today, one of my things I do, I work with a lot of reentry groups, organizations, people who've been in jail and got out. And I interviewed some real cool brothers. All of them are ex-felons. All of them went through the system 10, 12, 14 years. And most of them got caught up in the system trying to get some money the slick way, drugs, whatever the case may be. And I asked them all the same question. Would you do it again? Hell no. I said, why you didn't listen when you were making money? I couldn't listen. I was making too much money. I said, and that's the problem right now. You got guys making a shitload of money. They think they doing it right. They think they making a killing. You got one problem. Most of them want to make a career out of that shit. The more of a career you make out of it, the longer they got the time to build evidence and catch your ass. Now that you caught, you won't shut the fuck up. One boy said he went to jail. He was doing this thing, caught 11 years, was out for 10. Somebody asked him to hook him up on some work. Instead of him saying no, he said, "I get back with you." Okay, and the fact that he didn't say flat out no, that he left the opportunity available when the feds caught the homeboy. They brought him in the case too, and because he already had a case, a felony, or he was already busted before, he got 10 more years or 5 more years. Okay, told me that today. And these are all grown men who have been through the system and learned from the system how to stay out the system. And they're just most of these guys, if they didn't tell you they were felons or they've been to prison, you never would know. They spoke very well. They were well groomed. They didn't have that stench of the jail. Some cats wear jail like a cologne. You can smell jail on this nigga. Okay, you can smell jail on this. Some cats, they can go through the system and come out. You never know they were ever been there unless they told you or somebody knew them before. Well, when they was doing their thing. I think it's amazing, man, that so many youngsters don't learn. They just don't get it, dude. They don't learn. And then they want you to help them when it's too late. I'm trying to tell you now, while you got this money, okay, do something else with it besides buying these cars and tattoos and hair and dope and shit, and prepare your life, prepare for a better life. But no, these are only guys I know. They get $1 million and buy a gang membership.
Man,
niggas you get rich and then go buy a gang membership like it's something like it's Bally's or some shit. I mean, I want to be a Crip this week. Give me a 3 years on the Crips, please. Come on, man. Give me 3 years on blood, okay? And this don't make no sense, But so many people want to stay relevant to the streets. And the question I got to ask is, when has it worked for anybody? When has it ever worked for anybody? Now you own, everybody talks hard on the phone, and any real gangster would tell you, you never talk on the phone,
dummy.
You wouldn't talk, huh?
You dummy. I'm calling people dummy. You can't fix stupid.
You wouldn't talk on a landline. And at least with a landline, they had to get a court order to tap the line. They don't need shit now. They snatch it out the air. It's public domain. Your conversation is public domain. Damn near.
You know what kills me? You know what kills me is they all grew up watching mob movies too. And what is the first thing mobsters did when they were talking? They all went outside under an umbrella. They covered their mouth and they talked like this because they know they're being watched. But first thing they want to do is get on the phone and start texting the crimes. That's Young Thug too. A lot of that stuff. There was a text that literally said something like, "Did we stopped him out last night? Did we kill him?" or something like that. And this is a text message, dude.
Man, that's the problem with technology, modern technology. It don't come with no damn extra instructions or what you call that shit? Not a moral code.
Manual, I don't know.
Manual code just to keep your ass from doing dumb shit to yourself. Okay? It don't come with a manual. Back in the day, old dudes would tell you, bro, when you're doing so and so and so, do it over here by yourself, whatever. They don't do that no more. Okay, old dudes are not in the fact. Old dudes a lot of the old dudes are encouraging stupidity, and I think that's you doing folks an injustice. But you want to stay cool, you want to seem relevant by doing that. That's you, but ain't nobody winning because we the only people that play games that we never fucking win in. We never win. What game that we play that we are still winning in? That we ever win in. The street game, we don't win in. As soon as we figure the music game, the guy that's where we can't hardly win. They went in and infiltrated that, made damn sure that certain things get exposed, certain things get suppressed. Meanwhile, you got 60 dead, you got 60 shot in Chicago and 10 dead. And I understand it's all behind music, but the show makes it seem like it's something to do.
Man, that's right. I would love your thoughts on this because this is relating to our current subject. Taxstone, who is a popular podcaster who is currently locked up for shooting at Troy Ave in New York on camera, he released a tweet saying, and I quote, I pray for rappers who go to jail with lean habits and Xanax addictions. They'll start telling their first 5 hours in for a sip, end quote. Talk to these kids out there popping pills and Xanny bars and sipping lean. Oh, you're going to be hurting in 24 hours when you get locked up, dude.
Man, that shit is like, you got withdrawals like heroin. You know, you got the same kind of withdrawal. I don't know if they're that violent, but I do know there is a withdrawal period from all that shit. And man, I tell you something else. Trying to withdraw from cigarettes. That shit will drive your person nuts, man. I've seen cats go have some serious issues just trying to withdraw from cigarettes. When you walk into a situation like that, your bad habits become your nightmare. All the bad habits become a nightmare. You can't get no lean, you can't get no cigarettes, you can't get no weed. Well, sometimes you get the weed, but I'm just saying, for the most part, when you're in certain parts of that situation, that shit is really locked down. You're not available. It's not available to you on no level till you get to a certain level. So now you got to go through all the withdrawals of it. And man, again, I never understood somebody want to drink cough syrup and be halfway sleepy all the time. That don't make no sense. But hey, man, I'm just an old dude with a talk.
Yo, D Booker, Uncle Jam's Army, Cali Cat Crew, DJ Kit Kat is in the house. She says, "What's up, Lonzo?"
What up, Doc?
DJ Kit Kat.
What's up? Old school player in the house, man. Oh, DJ Kit Kat, one of the homies.
Ah, nice. Uncle Jam's Army, man. So that was kind of like a little battle going on back in the day between you and them, right?
Yeah, man.
Friendly battle, would you say?
Shot nobody. It got heated a lot of times, but nobody ever got beat up. You know, I actually left my house one day looking to beat Roger's ass, but I never did it. I actually put on my shoes with the intention of going to the record shop and putting hands on him. He made me that mad. And my son came in the room. Dad, where you going? I said, I'm going to go take care of some business. I want to go with you. I said, no, you can't go. He's about 4 years old. And at that time, everywhere I went, he went with me. I couldn't leave the house without him rolling with me. And he started crying, I want to go with you. I realized I was a sign for me to sit my ass down.
Damn.
Sometimes you get a sign. Damn, huh?
Yeah, our kids saved our lives.
Yeah. Roger, common knowledge, he had a heart issue. And if I'd have beat him up and he died, I'd have had a case. Simple as that. You know, if you beat somebody up with a heart issue and they die within a certain amount of time of you whooping their ass, you can catch a case. You can whoop their ass and they can die 3 weeks later if they can prove that impact that you put on them had a cause any type of reaction. You're in trouble. Might not be murder, damn sure be manslaughter. Might be with second-degree manslaughter or something like that, which is just shy of an accident, but you still got to go sit your ass down someplace.
Yeah.
That's real talk.
Please,
please, kids. Today, man. I was talking to a gunman today. He put me up on some game about guns in California. He was talking about how he got caught up. And he says, man, the law is if you have a gun in a situation, it's 5 years. If you pull the trigger, it's another 10. If you hit somebody, it's another 10 to 20. Okay? So when a gun is involved, and this is the part cats don't get, man. Oh man, I'd rather be caught with it than without it. Yeah. You might rethink that position, dude. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing for years. I was a two-gun toting son of a bitch during the Even After Dark days. 2 guns. I carried a 44 and a 25 on my ankle. Okay. I was watching the cops, and the cops had 2 guns. I figured I need 2 guns too. I did. I shot my 44 in the air one day, caught attempted murder beef. Got it broken down to brandishing the fire, discharging the firearm in the city limits. Again, this is 1986. 1984. Okay. Gun laws are different. Okay. To have a gun in your car and find a opportunity to use it is almost impossible in California. First of all, to transport your gun, you have to have it in your glove compartment, unlocked, with a lock on it. I mean, the government department got to be locked, and the gun got to have a lock on it, trigger lock on it, or in a case. Okay, the bullets have to be in the trunk, locked up in the trunk. Okay, I had an RX-7 with the trunk with a hatchback. Because there's no center divider, the hatchback is not considered a trunk.
Oh wow!
They found my gun in my briefcase. They found my bullets in my briefcase, and my gun was locked in my glove compartment. But the cop just took his knife, popped the goddamn lock, put the bullets in the gun, and gave me a gun case. Only thing saved my ass back then is that it was my gun. Today, that don't mean shit. Okay, you might not, if you get caught with a gun and it's your gun. I don't know exactly what happened. You probably won't go to jail. You're going to go to jail, make sure it's your gun. They're going to keep the gun, make you pay a fine. But if you use that gun, you got a problem. Okay? If you use that gun, you got a problem. And we were talking about Quick Son. There's no scenario I could think of that can justify him having a gun. Unless you are authorized police officer or law enforcement officer or like a bail bondsman and got a concealed carry permit. There's no justification of you having a gun and shooting somebody that's not at your house. California law. Okay. There's no justification because you have to literally go to your car and unlock the trunk, unlock the glove compartment, and once you go to your car, the law says if you can go to your car, you can leave. If you can leave and you shoot somebody, you're done. And one of my partners, Fat, that's what happened to him. He went to the car, came back. When you come back, if you go to your car, you can leave. That's the philosophy. If you can leave, if you can go to your car, you can leave. If you come back, now if you get to your car and find a way to get your gun out, your bullets out the trunk, your gun out the glove compartment, unlock it, and trying to drive off and he's shooting at you, you might have action, but you're still gonna be in trouble. So, like I tell any youngster, if you think you got to go to some place where you got to take your gun, you might not want to go.
Please, and there's nothing wrong with walking away, hopping in your car, and just going, dude. Just do it. It can save your life, man. DJ Quick Son, I'm sure he is 100% regretful of that decision that he made.
But you couldn't tell a youngster. You probably could have told him, man, you better do that partner. Nigga, I need my heat. Woo, woo, woo. Niggas think they got their own laws. You think
right?
Niggas, they think they got their own laws. Okay, and here's the code. You got street laws, and you got the laws of the United States government. The United States government supersedes all street laws.
Yep.
Street laws do not apply to the government. Okay, so thinking that because you got a low rider, you got a right to be strapped. No, thinking because you carry a large amount of money on a regular basis, it's a right to be strapped. It's a good reason, but not a right. Okay. Now, if you want the right to be strapped, you got to go get you a goddamn concealed carry permit, go through the necessary changes, and qualify. But if not, anything else, and you're looking, you endangering your freedom. That's simple as that, dude. Actually, how I know. And that was the old days. I got caught with guns like three times. And the only reason why I didn't go to prison because the judge gave me a break. So, Mr. Williams, you had multiple gun cases in my court, and you've not shot anybody, but you have a propensity to carry guns. We don't like people to carry guns in Compton. So this is my deal. My last deal with you. If you get caught with a gun again, you get 18 months, maybe 2 years to think about it. Got you, Your Honor. I get the message. I'm out. I'm out.
There it is. I know this is random.
Huh?
I know this is random, but when your phone goes off, is that Bootsy Collins?
No, that's Tupac.
But from that song, the line stands. Bootsy Collins is on that song actually.
Yeah.
Mind of a P. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Every time I hear it, I'm like, that's Bootsy Collins, dog. I know Bootsy Collins' voice.
That's my ringtone.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that out. But yes, listen to what Lonzo's saying, man. It's not worth it, dude. It's just not worth it. Just don't even take a gun, man. I wish let me ask you, Lonzo, because someone posted in the chat, they said the Second Amendment is dead. Do you think this country would be better with more guns or less guns?
You know, I think every man need to have some weapons to protect himself because folks get bold. They come. People are trying to run in your house if you want to. I was in my backyard in my kitchen one day, and brother running from the police coming to my backyard, nigga. But you know, sometimes I leave my back patio door open. You know, my dog can get in and out. So you always need to have some kind of protection. And especially with today's climate, man, you almost leaving yourself open, unprotected, your family unprotected by not having no protection. I'd hate to have to ever use it in any kind of situation, but the one thing you don't want to do is not have it when you need it. Okay, I got guns. I've only shot one time. Okay, had them for years. I'm not a big gun person, but I got 2 or 3 of them. I just don't go out and shoot them on a regular. I clean them clean. And I just don't go out and shoot them. That's not what I do. Okay. Plus, bullets expensive than a motherfucker, man. Shit, bullets damn near $1.50 a piece. Okay. So I think every man need to have some way to protect his family. But even then, man, you got to be careful how you protect your family in your own house. Because I'll shoot a fool, you know, back. I'm gonna shoot him in the backyard, drag him in the house. Man, they got too much CSI shit for that, man. Come on, dude. They got too much CSI. That blood pattern don't fit the description of what you're telling them. You might not make it, especially if you want to us. Now, somebody else may tell a lie and get a little help, with the proper writing of a report to alleviate getting caught up. But you know, man, look, you just can't shoot people. You know, it don't work like that. You know, now in my studio, I keep something in here, but I don't have as much company as I used to, and the studio is part of my house. If you come up and act a goddamn fool, I got something for you. But I've never had that problem in all the years I've been here. I've been very fortunate not to deal with a lot of ignorance. I know some crazy dudes. They just never been crazy around here.
Yeah. The chat is going nuts about this topic. It's a really hot topic, man. Lars Dessus has a good point. Taking away the right for law-abiding citizens to arm themselves isn't going to stop bad people from getting their firearms. And King D says, I tell my wife all the time, it's to protect my home, not for play. Yes, to protect my home. I don't go out shooting. We go out shooting once a year to a range just so we can just, you know, do it, and we're out in 30 minutes. That's about all I do once a year, man. But I'm not this guy that needs to go let off 800 rounds in the middle of the woods somewhere. I'm just not that guy.
Right. You know, dude, you got to have your gun in your house. If you got to have a gun in your house, you got to have it locked. Okay.
Yep.
And if somebody breaks in your house, you really got time to get your keys. You'll find it or open the lock.
Exactly.
Or put the, come on, man. If somebody come in the house already strapped up, and he know you got heat, you think he gonna let you go into your closet or go to your gun safe and come back? Dude, it's not like if you in the city, it's not like you in the wilderness or something. You can see somebody coming, 50 yards away. That's something strange. Let me go get my shit just in case he wants to do some harm. No. But I did see a brother on Facebook, about 3 or 4 cats from his house. They had guns in their hand, but he's got to shooting them. Them brothers was hauling their ass out the window. They was making some track. I think he hit one of them. It was 3 youngsters ran up in this pad with guns with masks on and shit. All you hear was boom, 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 and you see them flying out the house like it was nobody's business. So yeah, and I've seen some shit happen. I saw a YouTube video of an old dude, probably older than me, whooping some young cat's ass, and he whooped. We beat up 2 of them just like.
I love that in the gas station, I think, or something like that.
Got the wrong person, man. And I mean, this fool kept coming, and he like, nah, man. And it's a big old dude. You could tell he was putting haymakers on him, but homeboy just would like lay his ass down. His pride got him an extra dose of ass whooping he didn't need. The lady was actually, please stop hitting him. Please stop hitting him. But he kept coming.
I love hearing stories like that. Oh, that's funny. Let's get to some questions in the chat, man. I was copying and pasting some stuff. If you have any questions for the Godfather, of West Coast hip hop, please post them in the chat and we'll get to them eventually. Let's see the first one. Hey, Lonzo, King D says, why is there nothing dedicated to Eazy-E and Compton? That's weird to me.
King D, your boy Lonzo, the godfather of West Coast hip hop, just formed a new organization called the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. And one of our goals is to create a walk of fame that will commemorate all the people of Compton who've done some great things. Compton, Eazy is just one of the hundreds of people in Compton that have accomplished some great things. But for some reason, it seems like it's a secret. It's like the greatness of Compton and the people of Compton that come from Compton is something that we don't want to tell nobody. We don't want to tell nobody be successful. We've had judges and Olympics. I met a brother the other day, played on it. He went to Compton High School. Said he had a Super Bowl ring, and he was on the is a group of them, about 10 of them that went to Compton Centennial that all played in Super Bowls. I didn't know that. We got numerous brothers that got NBA championship rings. I didn't know that until I started hanging out with certain people from the 125, the Compton 125 Historical Society. So, in an effort to make that happen, this is long before JJ Fad got their street change named after him, I made it one of my missions to create an organization. I've been talking to the mayor, council, and I'm gonna do my best to make that happen, man. I don't know if I'm gonna get a street, but I'm damn sure want to get some plaques in the ground where people can come by at a certain area and just scan a barcode or a QR code. And it'll take you to a website that you can see all what this person has done, not just a headstone or some shit like that. Some real technical shit that people can appreciate and learn from as they walk through this walk of fame.
Compton needs it. Definitely needs it. Easy Steve says, Lonzo, can you talk about a time you DJ'd and a gang fight broke out, but respected you because you weren't involved? It's not the BJ situation, is it?
I've had a couple of situations like that, man. The Latino situation in Whittier, man, that was one of my most eye-opening situations I've ever been in.
Latino situation?
Yeah, I was in Whittier.
We've never talked about that. Talk to me.
Told you about that?
It doesn't ring a bell. Go ahead.
Back in the late 70s, man, I was one of the only DJs around. I got hired to do a party in Whittier, and I'm DJing, and I did a lot of quinceañeras. I mean, back then, dude, I had no competition. I'm doing everything. I'm doing luau's. I've got the pig in the ground. I'm doing Russian parties. Motherfuckers doing that Russian dance and shit. I'm doing all kinds of shit. I'm doing quinceañeras. I'm doing this party for some essays in Whittier. And about an hour after the party started, man, two things happened. They got my cousin shermed out. They told him some weed, just like in Fridays. They got him shermed out, man. My cousin high as some bitch, man. He fucking with me. I'm trying to DJ. He fucking with me. And the guy told him, man, anybody fuck with you? Man, I'll fuck him up. I got a black belt. 5 minutes later, they knocked his ass out. Fight on. And while they was fighting, man, I'm looking, and the guy who booked me for the party said, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, Holmes. Let the DJ go. He ain't in this shit. And sure enough, man, both sides grabbed my speakers, grabbed my crate, and grabbed my cousin and put them all in the goddamn truck, paid me my money, told, go ahead, man, the party over, man. And before I hit the goddamn street, they was back fighting again. Ain't no bullshit.
Wow. There was a level of respect that back then that doesn't exist now. That would never happen nowadays.
Come on, man.
You'd be getting it too. You'd be shot up, and first of all, there would be no fight. It would just be shooting right away.
Right. And dude, that's a true story. That's an absolute true story.
I know every Lonzo story. You personally have never told that one on this show. Real talk.
You know what I did do? I got a couple of these stories. I've actually recorded them and put in video clips. I'm gonna put on my YouTube channel so y'all can see them. Because I got about 20. No, I got about 10 that we recorded. That I tried to show them on the show one time, but I couldn't do it because the green screen won't show up properly on another channel. But I'm gonna add them to my YouTube channel. These are true stories, man. I ain't got to lie to kick it. It's real. I'll never forget when I had my truck when we wrecking crew first was supposed to do some shows. I had a van, had a Chevy van. I had to put it in the shop to get the engine rebuilt. And the guy told me to take about 10 days. It's been a month. My truck still ain't finished yet. And the guy was a little small Asian dude. And this was not what I'm making money. I'm Jerry Curl. I'm cocky as shit. And yes, I was a cocky asshole from time to time back in the day. And me and my cousin, we walked his homeboys to his shop. His shop is still right there on Gardena Boulevard in Vermont. And I've been going back every day. And I made up my mind, if my truck ain't finished by a certain time, I'm going to threaten to kick this guy's ass. And I did. I walked in the goddamn store. Me and my cousin pulled up. I said, have a seat. I'll be right back, man. If the shit go down, come get me. Look, man, I'm tired of bullshitting. Yeah, I'm sorry. Fuck that. I need my goddamn truck. Woo. Or we're going to have some problems. He said, no problem. Go sit in my office and wait. I'll be right there. I go in this motherfucker's office and sit down. I'm looking around. This motherfucker is the national kickbox champion of Korea. He got pictures of whooping motherfuckers all over the
your ass.
I sat there about 15 minutes. I guess he let me sit there about 15 minutes to soak in his office real good. And he walked in the office and your copy ready? Do we have a problem? Is the problem? We still got a problem? No, man, no problem. Ain't no problem. Your truck be ready 3 days. I see you did. No bullshit. Okay, take your time. That's a true fucking story. Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious,
no bullshit.
Dog. He made sure you went in that office.
I got a good soaking of his potential. Okay. And I saw them pictures of him jumping over shit and breaking boards and whooping ass. I said, he giving me a little warning. Let me shut my ass up and go sit my ass. My cousin said, what did he say? Said, my truck be ready in a couple of days, man. I didn't tell my cousin that shit till later on. Yeah, that was a true story. He had all kind of
that was God once again sending your ass a sign. Sit your monkey ass down.
Sit your ass down. This is not.
I love that. That is one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time. All right, Isaiah Edwards. We've answered this before, but shit, we'll answer it since you're asking. Lonzo, Dusty, which era of hip hop do y'all think was the best? I'm gonna go 92. My personal favorite was like 92 to 96, 97. What about you, Lonzo?
Man, I had my most fun DJing at my Club Hall of Fame, and that ran from 2002 to 2008. And that's because I had all the music from the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s to work with. Had all the Aaliyah stuff. I had Biggie, Tupac. I had Petey Pablo shit, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. I had all that shit to work with, man. So it was still fairly fresh. And it just gave you, as a DJ, it gave me a big variety to play with. And that's always been my thing, man. I've always had a very diverse playlist. And having all that artillery to rock a party with it just was phenomenal, man. So I got to go to all that, all the 80s, man. Even the 70s. Dude, as a DJ, I ain't got no limits, dude. I pretty much stopped. I started around the 60s, Temptations and shit like that. I don't fuck with the 50s shit. But I'll do all that. And that's just my little gumbo playlist that allows me to have a diverse playlist and rock a crowd, man.
I love it. Speaking of DJing, D Booker says, if it wasn't for Lonzo and Roger Clayton, it wouldn't be no DJ Kit Kat, Bobcat, Battle Cat, Joe Cooley, Egyptian Lover, Dr. Dre. They kept us away from trouble and gangs. They gave us a lane called DJing. Powerful.
I was with DJ Pooh Sunday, man. He said pretty much the same shit. He says, we all went out on our Sunday walk, and DJ Pooh joined us. Battle Cat, DJ Pooh, some other folks. Y'all might not remember, but these were the two prominent names that were there, youngsters. And Pooh was like, shit, man, if you was either you was Uncle Jam's Army or you was wrecking crew, and some of us was rocking with both of them. Dre and Pooh was at my house on a regular basis. Battle Cat go with back. He was a wrecking crew first, then he was with Uncle Jam's Army. Joe Cooley was at the Eve After Dark. Kit Kat, all these cats. Egyptian Lover used to walk to Eve After Dark. Him and Snake Puppy from the LA Dream Team before they ever made a record. So everybody has their own version of LA, and no matter what version it is, West Side or East Side, it's always started with two people. That's me and Roger.
Man, there you go. And you saved a lot of lives, man. You probably didn't even know it, which is, that's amazing. That's what I want to be known for. When I'm dead and gone, I want to be known for that. That's definitely something to be proud of.
Man, a cat told me one time, said, Lonzo, you saved my. I've had a few different guys tell me I saved their lives in one way or another. This one brother says, man, you don't know how you saved my life, man. The Eve After Dark saved my life. I said, how is that? He says, man, this was gangbang. It was kind of still just getting fired up, that local drive-by shit. He says, man, my boys, one of my homies that got shot, my boys was going to put some work in, and I had either choice to either go with them or come to Eve After Dark. I chose to go to the Eve. One of them got killed, other one got life in prison. And I was supposed to have been there, Doc. If it wasn't for the Eve After Dark, I would have been there.
Man,
you know, it's simple as that, Doc.
Very powerful, man. Very powerful. Tyree D says, any memories of Disco Daddy?
All the members I have of Disco Daddy is that my brother used to always go to his club, the Showcase, down on Washington. Showcase was on Washington, or it was off of Crenshaw. I heard about Daddy. I never went to the club, and we cool. We've kicked it a few times. He claimed to be the father of hip hop, and I started a whole bunch of shit, still doing shit. So everybody got their lane. That's his.
Tavis says West Coast Hip Hop Awards to honor Lonzo, Seattle, Washington, August 6, 2022.
Yeah,
you know about that?
We talked about that. I got another tentative. Ain't locked in yet. We talking. I'm trying to see if I can get make a run up there with me. There was some of the well. I'm getting in fact, Thursday night, me and Clientele be playing. We're doing turn off lights at the Peterson Museum, LA. The Universal Hip Hop Museum is honoring Battle Cat, Yo Yo, Arabian Prince. I'll tell you the flyer. It's about 8 people that are honoring Buffalo Records and Yo Yo, and I think on all and I Client was on the board. We both on the board. He's an active, kind of a non-active member on the board. West Coast. We got at the anyway, doing that will be Saturday, Thursday, and then Friday. Productions is giving me a lifetime achievement award for West Coast hip hop at the Toronto. This is my favorite event. His birthday party. His birthday is today. And giving us both awards on Friday at the Fountain Club on Olympic. It was my first time going there.
I hope everybody heard that because it was pretty muffled on my end. We got some bad feedback. Let us know if you got some feedback on that, but it's all good. At least it didn't happen. It's happening towards the end of the show. Buckshot L64 says, whatever happened to Breeze?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Who is Breeze?
Man.
You there, Lons? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear Lonzo? Comment down below. Can you guys hear Lonzo? Sorry, we're having technical issues, I think. Yep. Yep. Everybody says no. All right. It's all good. Well, the technology is messing up on us, but it's all gravy. Thankfully, it's at the end of the show. Shout out to everybody out there. We have about 50 people in the building. My dude, Marlon Cozy, Jay Ferris, Isaiah Edwards. Yeah, they say they can't hear you, OG. I can't hear you either, but we'll figure it out. Now we hear you. I just heard that.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
All right, no problem.
Right,
yeah,
cool.
Doc, what was the question again?
Oh, shit, I totally forgot. Roger Troutman. Oh, you know what? I don't remember. Let's just move on to another one. Isaiah says, Lonzo, you ever meet Roger Troutman? They're from Ohio, but their music was very West Coast, of course. Yeah. What do you think? Have you ever?
Yeah.
Didn't you you did shows with them, right?
We performed with Roger. Was World Class Record Crew, Roger Troutman, Cool Mo D, and used to be a local act from time to time to open it up. And I never forget because I'm a Zap fan. I love performing with Zap because, man, we know it's going to be a crowded house, man. And sometimes Mo D would open up, sometimes we would open up. And either way, I didn't care. Because I like going to second and third. One night, for some reason, man, Zap had to go third. We had to go behind Zap. Not mad, no, I don't know. And because at that time I was doing Turn Off the Lights, and I was doing my Drop the Pants routine. I had on my G-string, and she probably had a real G-string on, drop my pants. And Roger had on Take Off the Pants routine with stockings on. And we was talking about that in the elevator one day. Man, how you gonna have stockings while you got a G-string on? And we clowned in the elevator the whole damn time. And he was really a smooth brother, man. Cool brother, a lot of energy. And I just, of all the people, a lot of people I don't mind going behind. But that brother right there, when he get through, ain't no energy left in the room. I'm not doing that. And just what happened, the worst thing you can do as an artist is call yourself being a headliner and people grabbing their shit when you walking out the door and you're on stage. You all doing your playing your heart out, nigga. I gotta go. The parking lot about to be full. Not with somebody like Zap, they'll stay for the end and deal with the parking lot shit. They might not stand for World Class Record Crew. They damn sure stand for Zap. Yes, sir. I was broken. Me and his brother Lester still cool today. I've interviewed Lester on my podcast a couple of times. Lester and Zap, both of them. They real. We still cool to this day, man.
Nice. You mentioned that Kumo D was on that tour with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. We never. Let's talk to us about Kumo D. I don't think we've ever brought him up on our show. Maybe we have, just kind of in passing. But what was he like back then?
Mo D is just like his name, Cool Mo D. Most laid back, cool, smart brother, real smart brother. We met at the Jack the Rapper convention in Atlanta, and just so happened a young lady he was interested in was in my party. I hit on her. She don't like paper sack colored brothers. She like dark skinned brothers. So I was able to make the connect for Mo D. Hey, nigga, if I can't get her, I can't have her. She don't want me. She like dark skinned brothers. So she went for Mo D, and we stayed cool after that, man. From ever since then, he called me. He calls me every year on my birthday. He called me last Thursday on my birthday. He's gonna do the show. He said, man, I just don't do Zoom. I'm coming to LA. If I come to LA, I'll sit down and talk to you. I don't like doing Zoom. I ain't mad at him.
That would be so awesome, dude. Nice. Yeah, Kumo D definitely was. Would you compare him to maybe the Drake of that day, or like Drake-esque, meaning he was very with the girls and like he was very, very close with the girls, a lot of female fans? LL Cool J-esque?
Yeah, him and LL Cool J had one of the first early beefs of hip hop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly.
He had one of the first, him and Cool J. Roxanne, they did their thing. But far as two lyrics going after it, it was vicious. But Mo D had his own style. Okay, he was always well dressed, and it just wasn't one thing all the time. I never seen Mo. I can't Mo D being in tennis shoes in the picture. Always had leather suit, the little peel top hats, the low glasses. Namely, Wild West had the long coat on. You got Y'all got to see this shit, man. I mean, this brother had his own imagery. He got arrested his car in Jet magazine, man. That was the most cold shit in the world.
We're losing you, Lonzo.
Yeah. What about now?
Okay, that's okay. We got you. Yeah, dang. I hope everybody.
I just upgraded my. I thought I upgraded the shit. I'm going to put a booster on the signal. I got 5G. I got a good strong signal, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna put a booster on this just to make sure I get the proper signal so I can avoid these issues. I changed it because it's cheaper, but I can't have a lesser service just because it's just to save some money.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah, man. What you guys got coming up on Thursday?
Thursday, I don't know. I'm supposed to be at this Peterson Museum at 6:00 for the red carpet, so I might have to either do a little quickie show. Cause I have a way of doing some live broadcast to my channel from my tablet or my phone. So if I can get a signal, I might do a little something quick for my phone or my tablet just to stay consistent. I might not have Dre on there because I can't do both of them. The Dre comes through on my phone. We'll see. We might be going live from the Peterson Museum, folks.
That's gonna be dope. Yeah, D-Bark. Yeah, we'll start wrapping it up. But Russell Simmons bought 98% of MC Breeze's tracks before he laid the vocals, which is the Bad album by LL Cool J. So yes, Breeze. I do remember that Soren Baker interview. There's a Soren Baker interview with Breeze for the person earlier who was asking about Breeze. Yeah, man, that's dope. Let's see. Loris says, Mo D say to LL Cool J, let's go, take off your shirt, flex and flirt, and leave the real garden rhymes to the hard rhyme expert. Yeah, and I think Mo D actually on his album cover, he had a Kango hat under his tire. Like he had a Jeep and then there was like a Kango hat, which is LL Cool J's trademark, and he had it right there under the tire like he was running it over. Yep.
So, I mean, these were little things that people did back in the day, man, that were, if you were a fan, you were a fan. But no matter what, everybody lived to talk about it, though, Doc. It wasn't like somebody had to die. These guys in their 50s and 60s now, and they could probably laugh about this shit. It was serious back then, but people get over shit, man. Before you shoot somebody, think about it. Get over that shit, man. Is it really worth pulling that trigger? Is it really worth dying for? Is it really worth going to jail for? Think about it, dude. Before you fuck yours off for 25 plus, think about it. Is this bullshit you about to prove to the homies that you some kind of bad motherfucker because you got a rusty ass gun, or it could be a nice shiny gun? Makes no goddamn difference. Before you pull it out and pull that trigger, when you pull that trigger, your life changes forever. You were damn what you hit. You pull that trigger.
There it is, Lonzo. There it is, man. Great way to wrap up the show. Go ahead.
Your life, when you pull that trigger, your life will change forever. Worse. Brother told me today at the my group I was at today, no lawyer. He said, before you do a crime, research the crime. He told me that today. Before you do a crime, research it. Find out what the penalties are. Find out how much a lawyer would cost to defend you if you get caught. Do you have the money if you get caught? If you get caught, will your family, if you have a family, will your family be able to sustain while you're in jail? If you go to jail, is there somebody in your family that can sustain you while you're in jail, which means put money in your books? He said, people don't understand the economics. People out here playing hardball, blah, blah, blah. You mad because somebody banging your girl, you shoot at him and miss, you go to jail, he go back to banging your girl. I got to go. Real talk. All right. So, folks, Dusty, much love to you, Doc.
There it is, man. Always a pleasure, dude. I love these Tuesdays, man.
Love them, too, man. Look forward to them every day. I'm going to sit my ass down for a while. Much love to everybody on the chat room.
Peace to the chat room and peace to the internet bot.
You're live with Lonzo. What do you do?
Piece of the internet bot that just spammed our chat room.
Oh, fuck. All right, we're out of here. Too late. You missed a good part.